All right, let's talk about Xiaomi. We're going to dig into their 2025 performance, and let me tell you, this is a huge year for them. This isn't just about crunching the numbers. We're watching a tech giant basically transform into something new right in front of us. So let's get into it.
I want you to just stare at this number for a second, 24.3%. Now, you have to understand, in the car business, which is just notoriously tough, a margin like this is, well, it's pretty much unheard of, especially for a company that's new to the game. This is the gross margin for Xiaomi's brand new electric vehicle business, and honestly, it's the key to understanding everything about where this company's headed.
So here's the thing. If you really want to get what's going on with Xiaomi in 2025, you have to stop thinking of it as just one big company. It's much more helpful to picture it as two completely separate operations. One that's a steady giant, and another that's, well, a rocket ship. And they're moving at very, very different speeds.
So on one side, you've got what we're calling the Juggernaut. This is the massive foundational business that everyone knows, smartphones and smart home devices. It's a global leader, it sells a ton of stuff, but it's really grinding it out in a super competitive market where profits are getting squeezed. Then, on the other side, you have the rocket ship, the new explosive smart EV division. This part of the company isn't just growing, it's completely rewriting Xiaomi's financial future.
Okay, let's pull up the hard numbers. Now, on the surface, 2025 looks like an absolutely spectacular, record-breaking year for Xiaomi. But as you're about to see, the real story is which engine was pulling all that weight.
So total revenue hit a record 457.3 billion yuan. And just to put that into perspective, that's a massive 25% jump from the year before. I mean, that just shows the incredible scale we're dealing with here.
And it's not just about sales. The profit numbers are huge too. Adjusted net profit soared almost 44% to 39.2 billion yuan. And that's the key, right? This isn't just growth for the sake of growth. It is seriously profitable.
This chart really makes it clear. You can just see that incredible leap from 2024 to 2025. I mean, they added almost 100 billion yuan in revenue in a single year. That's pretty wild.
Now here's where it gets really, really interesting. Where did all that new money come from? Sure, the Juggernaut, smartphones and AIoT, is still the biggest piece of the pie, but look at that other slice. The rocket ship, the EV business, is already making up nearly a quarter of all revenue. And get this, it grew by a staggering 223.8% in just 1 year. That's insane.
But here's the twist. For all the good news, a little red flag popped up in the fourth quarter. Net profit actually dropped by over 27% compared to the same time last year. And the culprit? Well, it was rising costs for things like memory chips, and that put a major squeeze on the smartphone business. This is the first real sign of the pressure that Juggernaut is under.
So how does this all play out in the real world? To really get it, you have to see that Xiaomi is basically fighting a war on 3 different fronts: smartphones, electric vehicles, and the whole connected home ecosystem.
Okay, so in smartphones, Xiaomi is a solid number 3 in the world, but it's caught in a vice. You've got Apple totally dominating the expensive, high-profit phones, and then there's Samsung, which has this huge advantage because they make their own chips and screens. So what happens when component costs go up, like they did? Xiaomi feels that pain a lot more than its rivals, and it hits their profits directly. But now, let's flip over to the EV battlefield. And wow, what a different story. That 24.3% margin we talked about, it's not just good, it is industry-leading. It's way higher than BYD, the biggest EV seller in the world, and it's even higher than Tesla's. Now, this is not a fluke. This tells you that they are incredibly efficient, and it's a direct result of the massive investments in tech that we're about to get into.
And the third front is their smart home ecosystem, what they call AIoT. Here, Xiaomi's big advantage is just pure massive scale. They run the world's largest platform of connected devices, with over 1 billion of them out there. And this isn't just about selling you a smart light bulb. It's about creating this powerful ecosystem where your phone, your home, and now your car all talk to each other seamlessly.
Okay, so what do you do when one part of your business is getting squeezed and the other part is taking off like a rocket? Well, Xiaomi's answer is simple, and it's probably the most important part of this whole story. They are betting big on the future, and they are pouring gasoline on that fire with a huge investment in R&D.
In 2025 alone, they spent 33.1 billion yuan on research and development. That's up nearly 38% from the year before. Look, this is not just a line item on a spreadsheet. This is literally the fuel for the rocket ship. They are aggressively building a technological wall around their future business, especially EVs. And this isn't just some abstract number. You can see the results. They're promising to spend over $200 billion more in the next 5 years. We're talking about humanoid robots actually working on the factory floor, building their cars. They're developing these incredibly powerful AI models and even making their own custom processors. This is deep, foundational tech designed to give them an edge for years to come.
And here is the payoff they are shooting for. After delivering a really impressive 411,000 cars in 2025, their goal for 2026 is a massive jump to 550,000. A target this aggressive tells you just how much they believe in their rocket ship to become the new heart of the entire company.
So, after all that, what does this mean if you're an investor? It means you're really looking at two different companies inside of one. It's a classic case of balancing the risks of a business that's maturing with the unbelievable opportunity of one that's just getting started.
The core attention is all right here. The risk, it's the juggernaut. That massive smartphone business is getting squeezed hard on profits. The opportunity? Well, that's the rocket ship. The EV business isn't just growing, it's doing it with profits that are making everyone else in the car industry sit up and take notice. It's totally redefining what we thought Xiaomi could be. And that all leads to the one final crucial question. The business that built this empire is under serious pressure. The new EV business has the potential to be an absolute game changer. So can this rocket ship not only hit its crazy targets, but can it carry the entire company into a new, more profitable, and honestly, a much more exciting future? That is the story to watch.